Hello everyone, my name's Danny Brooks. I'm a personal trainer and boxing coach, and in today's short video I'm going to show you how to adopt a stable boxing fighting stance in order for you to have a stable platform in order to carry out a series of boxing combinations and defense techniques. The techniques I'm going to show you today can be practiced at home or in the gym. All you need is a mirror so you can see if you're making any mistakes, or if you don't have a suitable mirror, simply get your mobile phone, record yourself so you can have a look back and see where you're going wrong. As you can see, I've marked my floor with a little bit of tape, and this is for demonstration purposes, and you can also do the same at home. In order to adopt my stance then, all I'm going to do, I'm going to stand with my feet shoulder width apart with that line, that centre access through the middle of my feet. If I'm right-handed, I will therefore be an orthodox fighter, and therefore from this position I'm going to turn 45 degrees to my right. I'm going to ensure once I've done this that my toes are pointing in the same direction. You will see that the toes of my front foot or my lead foot are just touching the left side of the line, and the heel of my right foot is just touching the right hand side of the line. If I'm left-handed and therefore a southpaw fighter, I'm going to simply turn 45 degrees to my left. And again you will see my lead foot, this time my right, the toes are on the right hand side of the line, and the heel of my rear foot is just about touching the left side of the line. From this position then, all I'm going to do, I'm going to bend my knees slightly, and I'm going to raise my rear foot, the heel of my rear foot off the ground, so I've got a little bit of movement in my feet. Without worrying about our hands at the moment, all I'm going to simply do in order to move forward is push with my rear leg and shuffle my front foot forward. Once I'm in this position then, I just bring my rear foot back into that basic stance. So I've got that stability. And as you will see, my toes and my heels are in the same position that they started with. To move backwards then, it's exactly the same bit with the opposite leg. So this time, I'm going to push with the front leg, moving my rear foot rearwards, and then coming back, shuffling my front foot forwards back into that original stance position. As you can see, my toes are still on the line, my rear heel is off the ground and on the opposite side of that line. Let's have a look at that from a different angle. So once we're back into our normal starting position, and I know my feet are correctly positioned, all we're going to simply do is work through the forward and backwards movements once again. All I'm going to do this time, to move forwards, I'm going to push with my rear leg, and I'm going to slide my lead foot or my front foot slightly forwards, and then bring forward the rear foot, like so. As you will see, my feet have now come back into my original stance, and if I want to move backwards, I'll do exactly the same in the opposite motion. So pushing with the lead leg, allowing the rear foot to slide backwards, and bringing our lead foot back into that normal stance. As you can see, my toes are where they should be on the line, so I'm looking down, I'm checking, and my heel, I can see in the mirror in front of me, is in the correct position. Once I've mastered my footwork and I know I can just keep that position forwards and backwards, I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do with my hands. And boxers at an early stage, we quite often see them quite closed up and nice tight defence. This is good, however sometimes we need a little bit of movement with our hands. So let's get our hands correctly positioned. All I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by adopting my fighting stance with my feet, making sure my feet are in the right position. All I'm going to do then, I'm going to bend my elbows, bring my hands up to level with my chin, and I'm going to keep my hands, I'm going to splay all my fingers as far as I can, and I'm going to touch my right cheekbone with my right thumb. With my left hand, I'm going to use my tip of my thumb to touch the tip of my little finger, spread my hands, and I'm going to clench my fist, and that's where my hands are going to be. I'm going to keep my shoulders relaxed as much as possible. And as you can see, my right hand here is protecting the right hand side of my face. I'm going to put my chin down slightly, so my chin is protected by my lead shoulder, which gives me a little bit more freedom with my left hand or my lead hand. So that's where we should be. So I'm protected to my right and I'm protected to my left. As you can see, I'm looking forward, facing my opponent. So there we go. This is the position our hands need to be in. You can see I'm coming forward and back, maintaining that body. You see my lead shoulder is forward, making as small a target as possible. I hope you found this video useful. Please let me know how you got on, and if you do need particular hints and tips, please get in touch and we'll see where we can help. Keep practicing, stay safe, and we'll see you again for more training tips very, very soon.